Okay, so I'm going to do a little audit for Braxley. So I've taken a few minutes before this audit to go through the brand a little bit. One of the things that I think was standing out to me is I do like your hero section. I think it's a nice headline, but this subheading here, machine washable and super stretchy, is not really that strong. What would be better is replace this subheading, machine washable and super stretchy, with this copy that you've got down here, made from innovative elastic fabric artbands that are silky, flexible, and breathable. The reason why is because this is the claim that you're making. You're making the claim that we sell the most comfortable Apple Watch bands ever, and you need to then back it up with subheading. So that's normally what a subheading is doing, is it's backing up kind of the big bold claim that you've just made to kind of help customers feel more hooked in and bought into that claim that you just made. So that's why after this claim that you're saying you make the most comfortable Apple Watch bands, then you're saying how you actually do that. Well, the how is they're made from innovative fabric, they're silky, flexible, and breathable. So I think that's going to make it a lot more stronger. Also, I'm not sure if you tested this, but have you tested actually using a GIF like this instead of an image? That could be a cool test to kind of do and see. For your social proof, what I was going to say is I saw that you have quite a nice following on Instagram. So I see this with a lot of brands who have a big social presence, is they don't actually show that on their website at all. So it could be actually a good thing to combine your customers with your social proof numbers. So for example, or your social media numbers. You could say over 100,000 customers here, and then right next to it over here on the other side, you could say 54.7 thousand followers as well. It kind of builds up the impression that there's more hype, and of course it's, you have that presence on social media, so you might as well kind of like flex it. This I think is cool, but I think it's just taking up a lot of space in my opinion. This top announcement bar, I would save that for the cart in my opinion. Spin to win you've got going down here. You just got I'm not a big fan of having too much things covering the screen. I would be curious as well, like how many people engage with this chat service that you're offering here. Track my order, what is your return policy, how do I find the size, instant answers. Like basically what I would say is if not a lot of people are interacting with this, what you could do instead is just put in like an FAQ. You can put an FAQ section down maybe at the bottom of the screen, or you could change this to a link maybe that just has the word FAQ in it, and people click on it, it will scroll them to FAQ section. The reason why I'm not a fan of these is because a lot of people try to substitute these for customer service, and what they get is like these chatbots, and they can sometimes harm the experience and do more harm than good. Just a thought for consideration. I'm not sure if this is actually showing like this on mobile, but let me just go back to mobile screen, but it seems really, really squashed, these videos down here. So, I mean, that's just like a small little thing, and it's all the way at the bottom of the page, so I wouldn't be worried too much about that. But some of this social proof is really, really cool, and I'm wondering if...
that is so cute.
I'm wondering if you could actually use this higher up the page. And I do like the fact that you also are linking it as well here, which is quite nice. So that's a cool CRO thing that you've done there. The other thing I was going to say is like this orange I really like, but I'm wondering if you could replace that with your button. So, use the orange on your button instead, or just use a full black button. Also, coming back to these icons, I'm not really sure what these actually mean. I know this one is your bag over here, but I only understood that after I scrolled down to realize that you sell the bag and the strap. So this is what I mean about icons. You need to be very, very clear, and sometimes this can add more confusion than it's actually doing. Then this can create more confusion. Basically, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to say they're going to get free shipping, then they're going to get maybe like a free gift, I'm assuming, and then they're going to get like a free bag. Maybe just save that for the cart, display that information in the cart. You actually have it here, and I feel like this is a lot easier and easier for people to understand. Your car is quite nice, by the way. This is a really, really optimized car that I'm seeing. It's a lot more optimized than most brands. One thing I would also say though is don't overdo it. I think there's a lot going on here though. I do like the fact that you got your shop bestsellers, you got the your main categories down here, but some of this other stuff I don't think is necessary. Like we put the fun and functional fashion. You can sometimes overdo it. And what I would say is it could be a cool thing to actually make the images bigger, reduce some of this stuff. Like I think the one item sold, one tree planted is very, very cool. That I think should stay. This I don't feel like is doing anything. Ships fast doesn't really mean anything. You know, everyone makes that kind of claim on Shopify. Even the people who do drop shipping stores where it's like taking like 16 days to like ship from China, they're saying it ships fast. So I don't really know how much people believe that anymore. What I would say instead is like tell them how long it's going to take on average to get to your door. You know, from when I make the purchase, how long is it going to take to get to my door? So that's what I care about as a customer. This subheading I would strip out, and then I would make your images bigger. Okay, so let's just take a look at your product pages. I think the rest of your homepage, by the way, is very good. So this is another problem that I have on your collection pages, is these look like buttons. I get what you're trying to do, but again, I just think there's too much going on. It's a little bit overkill with the icons, the colors, and everything. And the problem with this is, like, this is a rule that I use, is if your product is really, really colorful and has a lot of color, then your store should be super minimal and clean to not distract people from it. And then of course it's the opposite when it's the other way around. So if you're selling like a really clean product, and of course you want to appear fun and vibrant, then your store should appear fun and vibrant, you know. But never do both, because what happens when you're doing both, which is what you're doing now, is the thing that's actually going to get people to buy, which is the colors and the patterns and your product, is getting lost in all of this color, you know. So that's something that I would say, it's not a massive thing because I do like your branding overall, but I just think there's a little bit too much color going on. These icons are unnecessary. They're taking up too much space. You'd be better off like putting them maybe in a scrolling carousel, sort of like bar, or like a ticker bar going across, so the kind of go across, or just saving this information for the product page. Is another thing you could do. Or just like how Belroy do it, you could put in like a tile every so often in replace of one of these products to go over some of those benefits. Could be cool. So you could do something like that. You know, if you haven't seen what Belroy do on their product pages, I would recommend checking them out because they're very, very good. I think they probably do some of the best product pages that I've ever seen. So let's just go to, you'll see what I mean here. Like, see the way that they are showing the products, but then they're also interweaving some of the benefits with them as well. Very, very smart. And some of the lifestyle photos as well to show the quality. And I think that would be a lot more optimized collection page for you guys to do. So let's just click into one of your product pages. So select Apple Watch size, help me choose. Okay, that's pretty easy for people to understand. Okay, you got some nice photos. One thing I would like to see here though is some thumbnail images underneath the actual photos, so it's easier for people to like scroll through and click. An example being would be like Right Wing Naturals. So if I go onto their product page, you can see that there are thumbnail icons we've done for them to help people like scroll through easily, just at a glance. And it's also much better for mobile users since they don't have to like scroll through the whole thing. They can just click on whatever image they really want to like expand and look at. Find a different band color. Okay, that's quite cool. I quite like this that you've got here, but I'm wondering, do mobile users know that they can scroll just by looking at this? I'm wondering if they do. It might be cool to kind of maybe do it in a different, maybe like in a drop down or something like that. You tease like the first few and then you show a button that says expand. It just would be interesting to look at the heat map data. Like, are people expanding this and engaging with it? That's what I would say. So I think the problem that I see with this is, again, it's just like there's a lot going on. We've got an add to cart button that's all this kind of like, I don't know what color this is, sort of like this orangey color, and then you've got the checkout button, which is sort of like semi-orange. I think they should all be the same color, in my opinion. I would also put the help me choose size guide in here, again, because you don't want to assume that people have remembered that information for the product page. So I would put the help me choose guide in here again. The subheadings, I don't know if that's really necessary. I would just choose one of these as a headline. It's good to have options or frequently combined picks. I think that might be a better headline to do instead of having both, because again, it's just like both is overkill. Free mystery band, I would try and put this on one line so that we're not getting up more space. And you know what I would do, just so that it's super clear for people. I know you're using the word free here, but I would basically show the price of what it's actually worth and then deduct it so it's showing it for free and $0, so that people are super clear that, hey, oh, I'm actually going to get this for free. Again, the shipping information down here, I think you need to tell them an estimated time. Free returns and exchanges for how long, so what sort of period do they have. Lifetime guarantee, I think, could go down here as well. That's what I would say. And also your subtotal here, I would be showing the savings in here, down here. You know, you've basically got the subtotal here, and then you're showing the subtotal again in your checkout button. So there's no point having it twice. You're better off showing here in the subtotal what the actual savings is. So 155 minus 140. Oh, you're gonna, and then show how much they're actually saving in here as well, just to reinforce they're actually saving money.